Welcome back. News from the courts. Following that $9 million drug bust on Long Island last Friday that resulted in the arrest of a Bahamian man and 3 Mexican men, along with the seizure of 1,122 pounds of suspected cocaine, those men had their time in court on Wednesday. 50-year-old Jorge Cabrera, 40-year-old Rodrigo Arce, 28-year-old Edgar Ruano, and 45-year-old Bahamian Harry Dulce appeared before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt, charged with 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, 1 count of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply, 1 count of conspiracy to import dangerous drugs, and 1 count of importation of dangerous drugs. All of the defendants pleaded not guilty, including the Mexicans, who were assisted by a translator. Dulce, an ex-Royal Bahamas Police Force officer, was granted $50,000 bail along with ankle monitoring devices. And with the Mexicans being a possible flight risk, they were denied bail and were remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until they returned to court on September 4th for trial. Following a shortfall in the Bahamas Power and Light's power generation, which led to frequent power outages on New Providence during the end of last week, CEO Siobhan Cambridge explains that the most recent power outages are not load shedding. In fact, BPL is currently not load shedding at all.
So, and the unfortunate thing is, once you say load shedding, people tend to hang on to that. Over the last 2 weeks or whatever, I'm sure as many of you would realize, we had a lot of weather activity, and we had a number of lightning strikes as well as other things. So every outage, some of the outages that are being classified as load shedding from the public view are not load shedding. As a matter of fact, I saw a copy of our planned maintenance schedule being circulated on certain media sources as load shedding. So we have outages that will occur as a result of weather-related events. We still have third-party outages, caused outages that are occurring, people running into poles and the like. And then we have our planned maintenance. Like I said, we don't do live line work, so all of our regular scheduled maintenance still has to go on, and so we have to take certain portions of the circuits off to do that work.
The power company released a statement Wednesday which attributes the supply interruptions last week to challenges with several generator units at the Clifton Pier and Blue Hills power stations, resulting in the loss of 60 megawatts of power. Following many criticisms of the Nassau cruise port, that deal signed by the former administration, the Minister of Economic Affairs, Michael Alquida, says Bahamians will have to accept the harsh reality as the Davis administration had to honor the deal.
It's a deal that was entered into by the previous administration. As you said, there's opinions being expressed as to the goodness or badness of it. My view, from my position where I sit is we have to, governments are continuous, we have to live with it and you have to make the best out of it.
The deal is projected to earn government $18 million over a 5-year period, while the Nassau cruise port will collect over $500 million for the same period. And finally, tomorrow, Friday, June 30th, is National Flag Day in the Bahamas, as we are just days away from celebrating our 50th independence. Chair of the 50th Anniversary Independence Secretariat, Leslia Miller-Bryce, says flags will be raised at all government agencies, private offices, institutions, and Bahamas foreign missions around the world, beginning at 9:30 a.m. on Friday.
We encourage all Bahamians to wear your national colors this Friday for National Flag Day. Drape your homes, your vehicles, your offices, everything and everywhere in your national colors. Have your Bahamian food and find ways to celebrate our culture in your homes and communities.
She goes on to list the schedule of activities leading up to the Golden Jubilee.
On Saturday, July 1st, the National Float Parade and Motorcade will paint the town black, gold, and aquamarine. The very first National Float Parade was held in the city of Nassau in 1973. 50 years later, we are seeking to creatively engage public and private partners to celebrate our Golden Jubilee in a return of similar festivities. In New Providence, the lineup for the National Float Parade begins at 2 p.m. The float will leave Arawak Key at 3 p.m., touching Bay Street, Mackey Street, Wolf Road, Marathon Road, Robinson Road, Blue Hill Road, Ponciana Boulevard, and Nassau Street, ending back up at Arawak Key. In addition, a national float parade is taking place where islands throughout the Bahamas will host their own motorcades in honor of the 50th anniversary. The celebrations will then take us to Arawak Key for an all-star Bahamian concert that promises to be a spectacular event. The concert, Bahama Rock, includes a stellar lineup featuring the headlining act, award-winning Bahamen. Bahama Rock will be hosted at the Western Esplanade. Gates will open at 4 p.m. and the concert starts promptly at 6 p.m.
On Sunday, the annual Pre-Independence Beat Retreat will take place on Bay Street at 5 p.m. under the theme Marching to Our Own Beat. Following this weekend's event, a series of events will take place every day leading up to independence. That'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.